Hi friend, welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to show you how to make the most delicious, mouth-watering, cheesiest Birria tacos. Whoo, friend, when I tell you you don't want to miss this, friend, you do not want to miss this. Stay tuned. I'm trying to tell you. All right, let's get started. So we're going to need some chili guajillo, chili chipotle, and chili pulla, okay? You can find all this at your local grocery store. They do have this at Walmart. You can find it, but I brought mine from Bravo. So there they go. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to clean them. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove all of the seeds from them. It's just going to make it not bitter, and it's going to also help it not be very spicy. But if you're the type that like your booty hole to burn because you want your food to be that spicy, then maybe let it burn, You're going to go ahead and you're going to leave them seeds in there, okay? All right. And if you're cleaning them and while you're cleaning them, some of them happen to break, it's all right, friend. It's all right. It's okay. It's going to work out anyway because we're going to blend them. So it doesn't matter if they break. All right. Don't stress yourself out. You got this, friend. Remember, the food is not the boss of you. You is the boss of that food. I see people in my comments talking about, I want to make this, but I'm scared, baby. You can't be scared. Don't let that food know that you're scared. You the boss of that food. That food need to be scared of you. Okay. All right. This is the meat that we're going to be using. Chuck roast, boneless pot roast. I got mine from Publix. And you're going to go ahead and take your meat out, and then you want to cut it up. You don't want it to be too big. You want it to be a little bit small, okay? That's the only time in your life you're going to hear a girl say it need to be a little bit small. But no, for real, you want it to be a little bit small because the smaller you cut it, the faster it will cook. This meal already takes a lot of time to make, and you don't want to add more cooking time if you don't need to, okay? So cut it into small pieces. Once my meat is done and cut, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start cleaning my meat. And I know some of you guys do not like to clean your meat. You could just go ahead and fast forward this part. But for the people that like to clean your meat, all right, this is for you. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to clean it with some lime juice, okay? We're going to take one lime. We're going to squeeze it on there, and we're going to go ahead. We're going to clean it. This is to sanitize it to make sure you don't have that outside smell. It's just something that you got to do, especially if you're from the Caribbean. You already know we don't play about this, baby, okay? And it's no shame to the people that don't want to do it, baby. I don't care. That's your food, baby. That's your business. I ain't got nothing to do with that. So after I'm done cleaning it with the lime juice, I did let it sit for approximately like 5 minutes. Then I went ahead and I rinsed it out, okay? And I did give it about 2 to 3 rinses, okay? Then after that, I'm going to just go ahead. I'm going to put a pot on the stove at high heat, 7-8. Then I went ahead. I put like 1 tablespoon of oil. The oil looked like that because this oil that was used before, and I'm just recycling it, baby. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. That's what we got to do, trying to save the environment. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put the meat in there. Let it get a little seared. After that, we're going to go ahead. We're going to put some water. In total, I put 7.5 cups of water into my meat. We're going to go ahead. We're going to put a whole garlic clove thing like this. We're going to put that in there. Nothing's going to happen. It's going to be fine. Trust me. Then we're going to go ahead. We're going to put a whole onion that you can cut up. I like to cut mine up so it could be all in there. Then 1 whole tomato and 1 tablespoon of salt. Then after that, we're going to go ahead and let it come to a boil. Once it starts to come to a boil, all the impurities is going to come at the top like this. Baby, that don't even look good, baby. I don't want that business. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to remove it. We're going to go ahead. We're going to remove it. You're going to take all that you can out. If you can't get all of it, baby, that's that. You know what? That's that food business. You the boss of that food, and you know what? You got to short that, baby. You think you're doing something, but you ain't doing nothing because I'm still the boss. If all of you don't want to come out, then you just going to have to stay, but you still going to be good. Okay? So like I said, just try to remove all of it that you can possibly remove, and you're going to dispose the impurities that you took out. You're going to take that out and you're going to throw it away because, baby, you don't want that business. You don't want nothing to do with that. And this is how it looks when you're done. Then you're going to go ahead. You're going to take your lid and you're going to cover it, and you're going to let it cook for 1 hour. You ain't got to bother it. Undisturbed. Leave it alone. It's good. It don't need you right now. There you go. Right here, after 1 hour of cooking on high heat, 7-8, it should look a little something like this, okay? Now you see all the tomatoes and the onions and all that stuff. We're going to use that later. We're not going to dispose of that because, baby, we're going to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Very mindful, very thoughtful, very environmental, very future. So then after that, we're going to go ahead, we're going to put a pot on the stove at low heat, like at 5, okay? You don't want this to be too hot. You're going to put some of your chilies on there. And you're just going to let your chilies, get a little sear, I guess you could say. As soon as you could smell the chili in the air, you're going to go ahead. You're going to remove them. Okay? You don't want them to burn. If they burn, baby, go ahead and dust yourself up and try again. Because your whole food is going to taste a little burnt. Okay? So make sure your heat is not too high. As soon as they get a little hot, and as soon as you could smell the guajillo chili in the air, the chipotle in the air, every time we put one, whatever you smell it, then it's time to go and it's ready. Okay? So you see I did that to all of my chilies, okay? In total, I use about 15 guajillo, I use about 15 pulla, and I used about 6 chipotle, okay? Even if you don't have those exact numbers, it's still going to turn out great, friend. Have no fear. Trust me. You got this, baby. You got this. Then after that, we're going to go ahead. We're going to wash them. I knew you knew this was coming. We're going to go ahead. We're going to wash them rub-a-dub. We're going to make sure that they are clean because, baby, we don't know where they've been and who they've been with. I don't know where this chili's been, baby. It's just like when you have that man, you gotta be safe and wash it because, baby, you don't know where he been. He said he only been with you. That's what his mouth said. Like I tell my friends, don't bring home nothing you can't wash off. That's why you wash it and you keep it safe. All right. Then after that, we're going to go ahead. We're going to put some water in there. We're going to put about 3 to 4 cups of water, and then we're going to let it boil. And once it comes to a boil, the chilies are going to get soft. You ain't got to even cook it for long, like maybe 5 minutes. As soon as your chilies are soft, they're good to go. You're going to go ahead. You're going to remove them off the stove, and you're going to put them into your blender. You might want to use a spoon to do this because while I'm using this spatula or whatever, the Tums, it can't get everything. So I did stop and ended up using a spoon, okay? All right, a spoon with holes in it so you don't get all that water. Not that it even matters. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to remove the garlic. And yes, I went ahead and I squeezed it out and I got all the garlic right here. It's just cooked garlic, you guys. It's good to go. We're going to use that. Okay. And then after that, we're going to go ahead. We're going to take our tomato and we're going to cut it up. This is a whole new tomato. Yes, we're going to cut the whole tomato up because we're going to use that later on. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a whole onion and we're going to cut that up as well. And we're going to use that later on. Okay. So for now, we're going to set them on the side. Next, we're going to go ahead. We're going to put that pot back on the stove at low heat again at like 5, 6, okay? And you're going to go ahead. You're going to put some fresh garlic cloves. You're going to put about 5. And you're going to go ahead. You're going to let them brown a little bit, let them cook a little bit. And then you're going to put them in your blender with the chilies. Then you're going to go ahead. You're going to put those tomatoes and those onions that you cut up into a pot, and you're going to go ahead, you're going to mix it. Again, this is at low heat, 5, 6. You're going to mix it up. You're going to start smelling the onions in the air and the tomatoes in the air. You're going to let them brown a little bit, and baby, when they're done, you're going to go ahead, you're going to take them, and you're going to put them in a blender with your chilies and your garlic, okay? Then after that, you're going to go ahead, you're going to put some of your spices on here. And you're going to put some thyme and you're going to put some cinnamon. You're going to put like a half an inch of cinnamon. You need to put this. Is going to take your food to another level, okay? And by you smoking your seasoning, it's going to take your food to another level. Baby, I'm trying to tell you, baby, if you was at the sky, you're going to be at the moon. Baby, if it's like they tell you know how they tell you to reach for the moon, because if you fall, at least you fall on the stars. That's what you're doing with this, okay? Because, baby, if the people thought it tasted like the sky, it's going to taste like the moon because that's how good it's going to be, okay? Then we went ahead and we put some of these leaves. These are cooking leaves. We're going to go ahead. We're going to put 2 into our blender, and we're going to keep 2 later on. Bay leaves. That's what they're called. We're going to put these later on. I've seen so many people on Twitter talking about Chipotle put leaves. They put leaves in my food, baby. Those are for cooking, okay? They are seasoning. Then we went ahead, we put 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, and 2 tablespoons of chicken flavored bouillon. All right. And this, we're smoking our seasoning. Baby, if you have not tried this, you sleep on life. God gave you life and you went to sleep. Because that's what you're doing if you ain't smoking your seasoning. Because it's going to take your food to another level, friend. I'm trying to tell you. So then I went ahead and I put 1 teaspoon of cumin. And I went ahead and I mixed all that together. And you're going to do the same thing as you've been doing. You're just going to wait until you smell the food in the air. You're going to smell that chicken flavor bouillon. You're going to smell the onion. You're going to smell the garlic, okay? And once you have smelled it, you could go ahead and remove them. And you're going to put that into the blender with your garlic, with your peppers, with your onions, everything. And we're going to put some more garlic, the one that we squeeze. We're going to put a 1/2 inch of ginger. Is going to take your food to another level. We're going to put 1/4 cup of white distilled vinegar. Okay. And then this right here is the onions and the tomatoes that was cooked in the meat. And then this is the 1 cup of the juice from the meat that was cooked, okay? And then we're gonna puree we want that. It to be smooth, just like Tyrone was smooth when he talked you out your tax money and he told you he was gonna flip it. And he was so smooth when he told that lie. That's how smooth we want this to be, okay? You don't have to strain it if you don't want to, friend. If you don't strain it, it's okay. It's gonna be all right, okay? Nothing bad gonna happen. It's gonna be fine, okay? But if you want to do it, you can do it. So I decided to strain mine. So sometime when you're straining it, it could get a little bit thick. It could a little thick like me. So you're gonna go ahead. You don't want it to be too thick. Just like, baby, I don't like being too thick too, baby, because when I get a little bit too big, baby, I be going on a diet. You don't want it to be too thick. You're gonna go ahead, you're gonna put some of that water from the chilies that you boiled so that it could get a little bit slim. This is what we're gonna have once we're done. We're gonna dispose of that. And look at this. Look at our sauce. It looks so good already. But baby, we're just getting started. It ain't even done yet. We're gonna go ahead. We're going to put our bay leaves. Remember the 2 bay leaves I told you to say? We're gonna put our 2 bay leaves in there. We're gonna put some black peppercorn. We're going to put about 1/4 teaspoon, okay? And then we're just going to go ahead and do it like that. And then we're also going to put 1 teaspoon of adobo. When I taste mine, I felt like it needed some more seasoning, so I did put 1 teaspoon of adobo. Do yours to taste. If you feel like you don't need it, baby, that's your business. Don't do it. There we go. That's the adobo. We're going to mix it in there, make sure it's well incorporated into the sauce. Then we're going to take our lid, we're going to cover it, and we're going to let it cook for 1 to 2 hours. Depending on the cut of your meat. Because my meat was cut so nicely, I only had to cook it for 1 hour. And it was so tender. Look at that meat, baby. Look at that meat. That thing looks so good. That sauce looks so good. That sauce saucing. It's sausage. Ah! All right. So I'm going to show you how you know that your meat is ready and you can stop cooking it, okay? So you're going to go ahead. You're going to take your meat and you're going to see if it's tender. Look how easy that meat broke, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's how you know that the meat is good and it's tender and you could turn off your stove. If it don't break like this, baby, if it's a little bit hard, if it's a little bit hard, when you try to break it apart, baby, go ahead and let it cook some more. It's just like when you been in a relationship with a dude and he did too much to you, he done cheated on you, had a baby on you, he done beat you up a couple times, and you say you ready to let him go. But when you let him go, it's kind of hard. Baby, go ahead and get back with him. You still a little bit slow, and you need to let him break your heart a little bit more. So just like that meat, if it don't break apart easily, go ahead and put it back on the stove because it need to cook a little bit longer. But if you take it out and it break easily, if you break up with him and you over him, you ain't think about him no more, then baby, you ain't slow no more and you good to go. You ain't gotta cook no more. You ain't gotta cook no more, friend. You ain't gotta cook no more because you ain't slow no more. You ain't gotta go through none of that stuff no more, okay? All right. Now we're going to go ahead. We're going to grab some mozzarella cheese and we're going to shred it, okay? Because the best cheese is the cheese that you shred by yourself because it don't have no cellulose in it and it's going to make it very cheesy. And I also diced up some onions and some cilantro. Then I went ahead. I took some oil. This oil came from the top of the Birria sauce that I had showed you guys earlier, okay? You need that oil so it could you could give your tortillas that beautiful reddish color so it could be Birria tacos, okay? And I'm using flour tortillas. You could use corn if that's what you like, but I don't really like corn tortillas, man. Them things a little bit nasty, in my opinion. Okay, don't come over here talking about don't talk about stuff nasty. If it's nasty to me, I'm gonna tell you it's nasty. If you want to get mad, baby, that's your business. Get mad again. How about that? Okay, so then after that, I went ahead and I put my heat like at medium heat, like 6, 7. I put the flour tortillas in there with some oil. Make sure I put both sides on the skillet so they could get some of that oil, so they could get some of that color. Then I went ahead, I put some of that cheese that I grated up earlier. Then I'm gonna put some of that meat that's nice and tender and juicy. And baby, don't be selfish, baby. Don't be selfish with the meat, baby. Give them people some meat, okay? And then we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna grab our onions. I'm gonna put some of that diced onions on there, and then we're gonna put some of that cilantro on there. And baby, you have to do this to make the Birria tacos, and it's surprising. Like, you're gonna really like it. It don't taste too oniony. It don't taste too raw. It's just perfect. I'm trying to tell you, you gotta try it. Then we're going to go ahead. We're going to fold it like this, friend. We're going to fold it like this. We're going to let it simmer for a little bit. We're going to let the cheese melt in there for a little bit. Let it finish cooking. Let that tortilla get a little bit of color, okay? Just like that, friend. Look at that bad boy cook. Ooh, friend, look at that. let's go ahead and give these beautiful tacos a moment of silence for the beauty that they hold. Friend, the only problem with this recipe is once you make it, everybody and their mama gonna be calling you to come make them some Birria tacos. They're gonna ask you, is your name Jose? Is your name Maria? Because, baby, you got to be Mexican the way these tacos taste. I'm trying to tell you, friend. I'm trying to tell you, friend. Look at that taco. That taco ain't nothing to be played with, baby. Look at how cheesy that taco is, baby. Stop playing with me, friend. The only thing you're gonna regret about this recipe is that you didn't make it soup. I'm trying to tell you. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. And go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Bye. Until next time.